Hello and welcome to my video. If you have been here before, thank you so much for returning. If it is your first time here, my name is Mayela and I make videos on my life as a nurse and thrifting. In today's video, I am going to be reviewing 10 practical advice for nursing students. So if you are currently in nursing school or about to be in nursing school soon, stay tuned and make sure to watch until the end. Like I said, my name is Mayela, and just a little bit of a background about me. I am a registered nurse. I graduated nursing school in 2009, which was a few years ago, more than a decade ago. But I was once a student just like you are today, or like you will be very soon. So there are some things that, even though it's been many years, stood out to me in my mind from when I was in nursing school, and I wanted to share those practical advice with you. Firstly, I just want to congratulate you on getting into nursing school. That is a feat on its own, and I know it's very competitive, or if you're going to be applying to nursing school, I wish you the best of luck. As you prepare to go to nursing school, whether it's your first or second year, you may be feeling a little bit overwhelmed with everything that is going to be happening. Your life is going to change, being a full-time student, as full-time nursing student. So hopefully the next few things that I'm going to let you in on is very helpful to you. As overwhelming as it may seem, the first thing I want to let you know is that nursing school is not going to last forever. When you're in it, you feel like you are just so overwhelmed that the whole world is on top of you. But I'll let you in on a little secret. The time flies so fast. So I know that my nursing program was 2 years, and I think that's about the average of the nursing programs. When I first was in nursing school, I was in an associate's degree program. So that was a 2-year program. It did feel like I was going to be there forever, and that prerequisites and all of that took a really long time. But now, looking back 10 years after graduating, that was just such a short time, and it was all worth it. So endure now and enjoy later. Advice number 2 is hold on to buy your supplies. If you're like me, I get very excited about things, so I want to go ahead and start shopping early and start preparing for the big event that's going to be happening in your life, which is attending nursing school. But try to hold on. I'm talking mostly regarding to books and supplies. I know that when I was in nursing school, I bought all the books that were on the list. And honestly, there were probably a good handful of books that I did not even end up using. They were still in the plastic wrap. And books are really expensive, if you are aware of that. I'm sure you are if you've been a student for a while. So I would suggest hold on to buy the books and see, maybe you can ask your instructors which ones you will really need to buy, so that will save you a lot of money on books. We're talking about hundreds to thousands of dollars on books throughout the course of nursing school. Along with that, wait to buy certain supplies, like maybe uniforms. I know for my nursing school, I had to wear a full white uniform, but just wait until you get the exact list of the supplies that you will be needing, because you don't want to buy unnecessary things and waste your money. Something that goes along with that is to try to plan ahead financially. So this is something that I did not do. I was 21 years old when I was in nursing school. I was a student. Right after high school, I started doing some prerequisites in community college, and I was working here and there, but I was not thinking ahead financially. But if I can do it over again, I would definitely recommend, if this is something that you are able to do, especially if you're working, if you have a family, plan ahead financially, get some kind of savings, because when you are in nursing school, it takes up a lot of your time. I know that you can work, but it will be very difficult to be working full-time. You may be able to work part-time. So if you have some kind of a cushion, like I said, for supplies, for books, for other stuff that may come up when you're in nursing school, I would say plan financially, have some kind of a savings account available to you in case it is necessary. And my fourth advice to you is time management. So I did kind of talk a little bit about that, but time management is going to be so important in your life during these 2 years of nursing school. You are going to be having clinicals, you're going to have lectures, you're going to have to do homework, papers, you're going to have group projects. So you really want to get serious about time management. Organize your day, make sure to schedule your day, get a calendar, whether it be a Google Calendar. For me, I know that I like to write things down, so for me, that's how I learn better, or that's how I remember things. So whatever works for you, make sure to stay ahead of yourself, and time management is very important. Write it down, schedule out your day, plan your day. You can even get as specific as hour by hour. So if you are going to be in clinicals, and then maybe after clinicals you can schedule out study time or assignment time. But definitely time management is a must. Tip number 5 is to meal prep. So along with the time management, you're not going to have that much time to do a lot of things. So that I know that something that I was doing is cooking a large amount of a dish, or maybe I would make 2 or 3 dishes to feed me throughout the week. Make sure to go grocery shopping maybe once a week. In that trip, make sure to buy enough snacks. You're going to be in school for most of the day, many hours of the day, not just school, but you will also be at clinicals, and it's like working a whole shift at the hospital. So you want to make sure and bring snacks, things like Cliff Bars or other things. I know maybe those have a lot of sugar, but there are other things that you can do. Make sure to bring healthy snacks, and water, a reusable water bottle, that will be essential. You want to stay hydrated. Meal prep, so that it will help you with your time management. Even breakfast, so if you like hard-boiled eggs, you can hard boil some eggs for the whole week. You can do overnight oats. There are so many things that you can prepare ahead of time, so that you are prepared throughout the week, and so that you don't have to spend unnecessary money, especially when you don't even have enough time to be going out to restaurants to buy food. So meal prep. Advice number 6 is join Facebook groups. I know that when I was in nursing school 10 years ago, maybe they existed, but I was not part of any of them. I am part of nursing groups now on Facebook, and I would say that they are a great place to bounce your ideas off of other people. They do have some nursing student groups, so join those. I know that people help each other a lot when there's questions on assignments, or just getting feedback about clinicals, or anything related to being a nursing student. So join Facebook groups. They will be essential in your journey as a nursing student. Along with the Facebook group is make sure to have a solid study group. For me, I know that I would say I studied best by myself, but that may not be the case for you. If you feel like you can study better in groups, make sure to find those people that actually are going to study and that will help you out, maybe bounce off ideas, help explain different theories or different medications, or whatever you guys are learning about. Make sure to find a solid group of people for a study group. Advice number 7. So this one is so I'm going to be talking about tests. I know for me, in nursing school, all of my tests were multiple choice tests, and you would think that it's easier, but it is it can be pretty difficult in nursing school, the kind of questions that are asked, because usually most of the answers are correct, but the trick is to choose the most correct answer. This will follow you along even when you take your NCLEX. All those select that apply or none of the above, those are all really tricky questions to answer. So I know that there are a lot of tips and tricks on test taking in multiple choice formats. So I'll see if I find any kind of article or extra tips on that, and I will link it down below. Advice number 8 is take advantage of your clinical rotations. What I mean with this statement is when you are in your clinical rotations, that is the actual hands-on learning that you're going to be doing as a student nurse. So it is the best time to learn as much as possible, put all those theories and things that you learn in the lecture part of your school into practice. So ask questions. I know that sometimes there are nurses that you may get, preceptors that may not be the best at answering questions. They may not want to answer questions. Do understand that being a nurse could be pretty stressful, especially if you have a difficult assignment that day. On top of that, having a student can be a bit overwhelming, so don't take anything personally, but do ask a lot of questions. If you are not sure, this is your time to learn, and that is why clinical rotations are part of nursing school. I know for me, I was able to go the day before to select my patients, and I would recommend to select some of the more challenging patients, patients that have maybe multiple diagnoses or a lot of medications, because this will challenge you and you will learn more. There are certain things that I learned in clinicals that came from complicated patients or complicated diagnosis that I still remember to this day. So choose complicated patients, or maybe I would say complex patients. Next way you can get the most out of your clinical rotation is to get to know the staff, which include the nurses and management. This is networking that you can start doing while you are in nursing school, so that when you graduate, maybe you can stand out, and when you turn in your resumes and your application, they will know your name, and this can put you ahead of the group when it comes to hiring. And my advice number 9 is that you do not have to be a 4.0 student in nursing school. Maybe to get in, nursing school is very competitive, so to get in you may need those grades, but the people that were 4.0 students, when you go into nursing school, most of the time that does not apply anymore. It is pretty challenging. It can be very challenging, so do not stress out about keeping a 4.0, because at the end of the day it doesn't matter as long as you pass your classes, and once you graduate you will be taking your NCLEX. As long as you pass your NCLEX, it doesn't matter what your GPA is. Nobody goes around once you're a nurse telling everybody what your GPA is, so do not stress about that. Just focus on passing. Along with being not having to be a 4.0 student, I also did want to mention that the class that you start with at the beginning of nursing school will not be the same people that will be graduating. In the beginning of nursing school, I would say my cohort started at 40 students, and by the end of the 2 years we had lost at least 20% of the class. And this is because nursing school is very, like I said, very challenging. It takes a lot of time and effort, so it does weed out the people who are not there for the right reasons. So just know that some of the people that you see in your classroom in the beginning may not be there at the end. And my advice number 10, this might be good news for you, but care plans don't follow you once you become a nurse. So I know nursing school is full of care plans. We do that all the time. It takes up a lot of time, but that is incorporated into your class so that you learn as much as possible. In care plans, you're looking at diagnosis, you're looking at all the medications. You need to learn what the medications are, the indications, frequency, any special nursing considerations, all of that kind of stuff. You have your nursing diagnosis. But when you are working in, maybe you're working in the hospital, or another kind of setting. I will tell you that currently I work as a public health nurse. Before, I used to work as a nurse at a clinic, and care plans were nowhere to be seen. So that might be a little bit of a good news for you. Although at the bedside, I know that there are care plans are incorporated into the patient's care, but usually those are already written out, and you just select what care plan applies to your patient. So some good news for you. And a bonus tip is make sure to find something that will help you de-stress. As I mentioned it a few times, nursing school can be very challenging. It can be very stressful on top of everything else that may be going on your life. You may be a parent, you may have a lot of responsibilities, you may be a student. Whatever it is that you are going through, it can be very stressful, it could be very overwhelming. So find something that can help you de-stress, whether it be exercising, maybe visiting with people. Make sure to call people. I know that for most of nursing school, you don't really have a social life because you are really busy. You are working on your dreams of becoming a nurse, so you don't have time to be spending with your loved ones as much as you would like. But make sure to find something to de-stress, because your mental health is very important. If you are already a nurse or going to nursing school, please let me know in the comments what other advice has been helpful for you, or what advice you would give to nursing students at this time. If you are still here at this point of the video, I just want to tell you that I appreciate you so much. Thank you for sticking around. If you found value to my advice and tips in today's video, please subscribe. I would love to hear your suggestions for new videos, or if you have any questions down in the comments down below. I enjoy interacting with you guys down there. Or go ahead and follow me on my Instagram. I am pretty active over there. So that is all the tips and advice I have for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to check these videos out that I have on the screen, and I will see you on my next one. Bye.